What is today's date? I've lost track of the days this week. Let me see here real quick. Today is the 27th. My God, it is Friday. It's the end of the week. Don't forget, tonight we have got our first non human guest on our Friday night interviews. Tildor Hobblesquatch from the YouTube channel, The Life of Hobblesquatch. Let me go on and um, get this all shared out and stuff, and that way we are done with the hard work. So when folks start to show up, probably have to get rid of that taskbar. And there that is. And there that is. And we can bring the bar back up. Good morning, Tony. We're we're making it. Um, Steph finally had her breakdown yesterday morning. She got up, realized it wasn't a dream when she saw the empty couch with grandma's pillows laying there, not in the pillowcases anymore. The blankets all folded, um, and she lost it. She lost it for about an hour. Just laid there and laid on her pillows and held her nightgown close to her and just bawled. Um, I'm doing amazingly well. I know she's here. We got proof that Grandpa was still here on Christmas when the new baby was here. Um, I know she's here with him. So you move on. I mean, what can you do? What can you do? Good morning, Santee. Good to see you. Hope you're doing well. Let me see here. On the right side of the grass, or in this case, the snow. Yep, we got more coming today. I don't know how the hell this thing managed to raise up. I had it pulled down right. Um, Cold today though. Those polar temperatures are starting to hit us. When I got up a little bit before 4 o'clock, it was 23 degrees. We are now down to 13 degrees. Um, cold enough, cold enough that the outside kitties decided to run outside this morning, and the wife walked away from the door, and I looked over, and there was little Morris the cat look-alike sitting up on the rail with his butthole in the snow, and he kept moving around. So I went back and I opened the door back up, and they both held back in here, and he was running bow-legged. So I'm thinking his little third eye was trying to stick to the ice or something like that. So, but they're back in here now where they're nice and safe and warm, and closing down that window a little bit kind of helped. I'm not going to need these gloves. I don't know why they're still in here getting warmed up. Get them out of there. Let's see here. Morning, Jan. Good to see you, love. Somewhat fortunate in that I do not mourn. I normally don't. I normally don't mourn. But, I know I will with my mom and dad. The same as I did my grandmother. Good morning, Fish. Hope you're doing well this morning, bud. Um, I mourned with my grandmother. Of course, I mourned with my grandfather. That was way back in, I was only 13 years old. And I lost my crackers when he died, but more so because it's the first time I ever seen my dad cry. And, you know, my grandma and grandpa raised me the first couple years of my life while mom and dad were struggling to get our family started, get the house finished, getting it all painted and stuff so we could get moved in. And with grandma, grandma was my biggest fan and my biggest critic. She would listen to my videos, she would watch our investigations, she would hear me making the videos, and, you know, well, that's not what I heard on the show I watched on Discovery Channel, or that's not what I heard on Ancient Aliens. Okay, well, what'd you hear? Some of my earliest videos on the old channel were because of her input. So I honestly believe in the going better place concept, and I do too. I do too. I really do. I always say, when I'm talking about it, based on how you feel about the afterlife, you know. But whether it's golden streets, and which I never really understood that Christian concept. They talk about greed being the root to all evil, money being the root to all evil and stuff. You're going to go to a place with golden streets and things like that. I mean, why would anyone be concerned about that if greed and got to run the wife to work? All right, Santi, we will be here. Like I said at the beginning, guys and gals, before anybody got in here. Tonight we have a very, very special guest, um, Tildor Hobblesquatch. He is going to be our very first non human guest on our Friday evening interviews. He is hilarious. He is just straight up funny. Um, he was looking, and he'll explain this a little more tonight, but he was looking for a niche when he started YouTube. And he said he found white people, black people, Indian people, or Asian people. He found this game character or this game character or whatever that done videos. But he never seen an orc, an ogre, a goblin, an elf. And he thought, I like unique. What represented value, the implication, yeah. And that makes sense. That makes sense. I prefer to look at it more of the Native American belief that all of your ancestors are there, your parents, your grandparents, your great grandparents, your, God forbid, nieces or nephews that left the world before you, um, and you all spend eternity together. The happy hunting ground theory. Um, which, I mean, don't get me wrong, I could very easily spend all of eternity hunting, chasing that prey that I've um, always wanted to find, always wanted to be able to track. So that's kind of how I prefer to look at it. And my uncle, before he died, um, well, I think you can come and go as you please. I don't think there's anything holding you in one location. But my uncle had this concept. He believed, because he was a huge baseball fan, he believed every night in heaven they play a big baseball game. And My sister and I were my sister and I were talking yesterday, and she was with my uncle, and a fine rifle. You got it, bud. You got it. Give me a long gun, a Pennsylvania, a Kentucky, something like that. Even a Hawkins. I'll even take a Hawkins. I don't care. Unlimited powder, unlimited ball, a bottomless coffee cup. No more pain, no more suffering, no more inability to do anything. I will gladly spend all of eternity tracking that deer, tracking that elk, tracking that bear, whatever it may be. Give me a hardwood pine forest filled with squirrels. Yep, I agree. I agree. But and I was talking to. I'm glad I didn't wake Jan up this morning. She had messaged me last night about the plans for service or whatever. There's actually not going to be a service. Not a public one anyway. Uh, she decided to get cremated, and her wish was that she got to stay with all of us, but she wanted to be with Grandpa as well. So they decided to cremate her, and they're going to take just a wee little bit of ash, and they're going to put it in multiple urns. Everybody ordered their own urn. Grandma loved purple, so Steph ordered a lavender urn. But everybody's going to have a little bit of the ash, and then they ordered this large urn. It's got like fairies and things like that, things that she enjoyed. And the remaining ash will go in there. And then, um, since her birthday, which is the 29th of March, the day before my dad's birthday, um, since it falls in the middle of the week, we are going to wait to the weekend following. Now, anybody want to guess what the weekend following the 29th of March is going to be? April Fool's Day. We are all going to get together that day, and we are going to have a dinner, like a wake, here at the house. And when we're done, we are going to take Grandma's urn down to the cemetery next to Grandpa, and um, they're going to already have the hole dug, a small vault, and we're going to take the urn down there. We're going to place it in the vault, so she's next to Grandpa. So that's the plan. Uh, that's the plan. Hey, Drew, or Christ, take two. Hey, Rusty. So that is the plan right there. Grandma loved it when everybody got together and ate. That was one of her favorite things was, the holidays. Um, she wanted to be with each of us, but she also wanted to be with Grandpa, so we figured everything out. Um, how we could make all of her wishes come true. The reason, guys and gals, that I'm throwing the little PSA up there is, though Grandma had a power of attorney that took care of the major lump of the finances, um, she still had money that was coming back into the house to help. That has now been cut off. So for a while, based on how everything goes, and I've got to get a hold of my doctor later to find out what the hell we're going to do, we are actually severely cut down to a one income household now. So if the channel does not start bringing something back in, I may very well have to cut back on the channel and just go against my doctor's wishes and try to find some kind of a job somewhere, even though there's only 3 factories in town. One of them is very, very hard labor, nonstop, 10 hours a day. And the other one is professional, trained, custom stuff that hires only in the 20s and 30s age group, um, because it's professional cabinetry. So that's the reason I'm throwing that up, because right now our future is unsure. Our future is unsure between the cost of the house and the cost of the utilities. We're looking at the loss of almost $800 a month. So we're trying to figure out how we're going to squeeze that out of a turnip or a rock or whatever else. You best get a fill a bag and a street corner. That's, yeah, that's, yeah. But good morning, big homie. Long time no see. Good to see you, brother. My brother and I poured my mom's ashes on her twin sister's grave. I kept telling Grandma, we needed to put her in someplace really, really pretty next to Grandpa. And she said that she wanted to be buried with her butt. Um, if she wanted to be buried with her butt stuck up in the air, so everybody who always did her wrong in life could come by and kiss her cold dead ass. That was a running joke here in the household. Now they're going to have to come by and kiss her cold dead ash. It's been a while. I've been busy with work. I try to come when I can. Understandable, brother. Understandable. Get a hold of AAP. If you can get on his streams, it might help. Very possible. Very possible. But I hope everybody is doing good. Steph, my man, I'll tell you what, I was just talking about it a few minutes ago. She did good all day before yesterday when it happened. She stayed strong. She broke down a couple times talking on the phone, but was able to recover really fast. Yesterday morning, reality hit. She got up and she looked at that empty couch with the pillows pulled out of the pillowcases, the blankets folded and stuff, and realized it wasn't a dream. And she broke down. I was in here working and I heard her over the music I was working with through the closed door. She was just, I never seen her cry like this in my life. She wailed, laying on Grandma's pillows, clutching her nightgown. She cried for over an hour until she was cried out. So today, a little different. We'll see how the day goes. We'll see how the day goes. That channel, as well as yours, has helped me quite a bit. Um, little kilt, a fill a bag, a little kilt for those non-Scottish. Well, I have my kilts, so I'll be able to show off some leg on my street corner. Good morning, Lady C. Good to see you. Hope you're doing well this morning. It's been a rough week. It's been a rough week with Grandma's death. Um, I was the one up. Um, I got up a little bit before 4 o'clock um, Wednesday morning, and I checked on her. Her breathing was still very shallow, but she had her little oxygen mask thing on, and everybody stayed over Tuesday night. Well, not everybody. My wife's cousin and wife's mom, the cousin's uh, 3 kids. Um, but I checked on her at 4. Just sat there and watched her. Thank you, ladies. See, I appreciate that, honey. It means a lot. Um, I checked on her again at 4:20, 4:45, same thing. Checked on her at 10 after 5, same thing. Checked on her at 5:30 and there was nothing. So sometime between 10 after 5 and 5:30, she quit breathing, and it was over. I took her mask off, turned the oxygen machine off, coiled everything up, went and got her brush and brushed her hair, um, pulled her blanket up just above her waist, and I crossed her hands and I bent down, gave her a kiss on the forehead, and started waking everybody up. I woke Steph's mom up first, Grandma's daughter, and woke her cousin up, and then I went in and I woke Steph up, and all she kept saying is, "What'd you say? What'd you say? What'd you say?" And jumped out of bed and ran out there, and everybody just sat and looked at her laying there, all pleasant like. So, first time I've ever had to deal with it face to face. My grandmother's sister died. I and my girlfriend and my best friend had left the hospital room so the rest of the family could gather around her. I was not around when my grandmother passed. I was, still have mom and dad, thank God. That's when I'm really going to need you guys, because I may be an old man myself, but I'm always going to be my mommy and daddy's boy. And that's going to be very, very rough. Time is the only thing that will help heal. On occasion, I still get weepy when someone talks about Bob. Yeah, I don't blame you, man. That was your boy. I don't blame you one bit. On occasion, I have questions in my mind if I should have pulled the plug on mom. It's much like I told our daughter: no more pain, no more suffering, no more confusion, no more sadness because you can't do the things that you want to do or that you used to do. You know, It's one of those constants in the universe that, regardless of whether we want it to be there or not, there. It's there, and they're so much better off when they get to be that age. At the end of the day, I know it was the thing to do, but the mind does screw with a person. Yes, it does. Yes, it does. Yes, it does. I broke down on Wednesday, and I told the wife. I said I could have done something. I could have done more. I could have. I could have. All those times I threatened to take her cigarettes away because she would dump a hot cigarette out of the ashtray into a trash can and start a fire. All those times I told her, I'm going to take your cigarettes away, and you're not going to be able to smoke. Maybe that, maybe that would have nipped the cancer in the butt. Who knows? Who knows? And then a little bit later, I told the wife, I said, I have no purpose in life anymore. For 7 years, taking care of her and making her comfortable, and feeding her and making sure she got dressed every day, and that was my purpose in life. That was my reason for existing. That was the reason that I woke up out of that coma just a couple months before she had the stroke, so I could take care of her, put my own problems aside, put my own health aside, and take care of her. Um, I was with both my parents when they passed, even though my dad was angry with me. My mom's been gone almost 10 years. I just lost my dad last year. Yeah. Don't make Drew have to work. Don't make me go. I don't mind working. I wish there was people around here that had like little roofing companies, or somebody around here that specialized in brick, block, and stone, or even just painting. And there's nobody in this town like that. And since I can't drive, it makes it impossible to leave town. Like I said, we have factories, we have fast food restaurants here. Nobody wants to hire a 54-year-old man. I might be able to get a job as a bag boy uptown if I don't mind working, 8-hour days for, you know, but still they don't want me working because of the dizzy spells and the lightheadedness and stuff. If I go down, it's a lawsuit and I lose the job. So I passed with the same situation with cancer. Quit smoking 35 years before. And that's really funny because 5 years ago, before her first doctor retired, he had been her doctor for years. He told her, he goes, well, Marilyn, you know how I feel about smoking, but since you've smoked for 60 years, I'm afraid the tar and nicotine is the only thing holding your body together right now. So if I had you quit smoking, it'd probably kill you faster than the smoking does. So keep it right up. Keep going with it. The purpose for that chapter in your life. Well put, Lady C. And that's kind of sort of what the wife said. She goes, now your purpose in life is to take care of me and your daughter. So, yeah, working is something some of us wish we could still do. I would love to have never got diabetes. I would love to have never got sick. I would love to still be going out and building beautiful stone fireplaces, and and burn pits and patios and walkways in people's yards and building, custom steps going up the back of their house. And I would love to still be doing that. That was my favorite thing ever to do, is to sit here and look at this big pile of stone and this mortar mix and everything. And then after, 5, 6, 7 days, look at it where it's at and, you know that I created that. My mind designed it, my hands made it happen. So I wish, God, I wish. We have a painting job for you. If you can install ceiling fans, oh, yeah, I can do ceiling fans. I've done probably 30 ceiling fans in my life. Would you like to forego the history this morning? We don't have to. I mean, if you want to, Rusty, we don't have to forego it. We're good. We're good. My cardiologist told me similar. He said the stress of quitting at this point of my life is too dangerous. If you go back to the earliest version, it would be great. I think Tony wants you to go back to your talk to text again. It was so much fun. Oh, we will see, Jan. We will see, because I am gonna do whatever I can do to get something coming in. If it means traveling for 3 or 4 hours to get to a job and staying a couple of days, I'll find a way to do it. Her spirit is still. It is fish. It is, and I'll be honest. Hey, Ty. I'm sorry I missed you up there, bud. Hope you're doing good today, Mister Skinny Britches. Um, not very long after she passed, I would say. Well, I can't say that. Not very long after they came and they took her body up to start taking care of things and stuff, the whole family just kind of dispersed after that. And since we had only slept 2 or 3 hours in 2 days, we just kind of kicked back and um, we just kind of kicked back and relaxed for a little bit. Just me and Steph and Ash. And um, Ash was in her room playing a game. Steph had passed out on the couch, um, and I was sitting in my chair across the room. Well, we've rearranged since you were here last, and from my chair, I'm looking at the front door and the door into the kitchen, and I'm watching TV, and I catch a glimpse of a shuffling shadow, not a normal shadow moving across the cabinets, but something that was moving slow. And I swear to God, it was her with her little shuffle walk coming out of the kitchen to come back in the living room and get on the couch. And I know for a fact something was there because Ralphie was laying on the floor right in front of me, and he even looked up and looked at the kitchen doorway. That's how I know for a fact she's still here. And, as for Christmas, as for Grandpa, um, Steph's son and his fiance brought the baby over on Christmas. And Steph was videoing Grandma with the baby, Grandma and grandson with the baby, you know, everything. And as she was watching these videos, there was so much orb activity in those videos, moving next to Grandma, to the baby, to Trevor, back towards Steph, to Ash, just all over the place. She had me sit down and edit like 12 videos together just for her phone, so she could watch them. We got over 30 orbs moving around. It would get next to grandma on the couch. It would move up against her. It would go over and look at the baby. It would go to Trevor, or it would go just back and forth. It would go out of frame, move over to them, kind of move back, come back this way, and vanish. Like 30 orbs in a 5-minute video. So, we know for a fact that grandma and grandpa are here. So, because they both passed in this house. I told Steph, and she actually didn't throw anything at me. But I told Steph here in a few weeks, maybe a month, we'll do another one of the kitchen night streams where I set up all the equipment in the kitchen, fire up the live stream, and go to bed. And we will see what's moving around the house at night. Of course, you guys won't see, grandma per se shuffling out to the table to sit down and have a cigarette, stuff like that. But who knows? You might see a cat or two. You might see a shadow. You might hear some things. We'll see. Not using talk to text. Screen is broke. I was going to say something, but I'm not going to. I'm just going to tell a joke. Screw it. I'm just going to tell a joke. It's a good joke, too. It's a joke especially designed for all of you folks out there that are either elderly or a biker. Hey, squirrel. Hope you're doing good today. An old lady decided she wanted to join a local biker club. So she goes up to the door of this clubhouse. She knocks on the door, and this big, hairy biker comes and answers the door. He says, "Can I help you?" She says, "I want to join your motorcycle club." So he kind of chuckled a little bit. He thought, you know something? I'm going to have some fun with this. He said, "You own a bike?" She pointed over to the drive over there. She goes, "That one over there is mine." He looked over there. Here is this big, beautiful, flamed out Harley chopper. Pretty impressive bike for a little woman like you. Got to homeschool kiddos in a bed and call 2 lawyers today. Sounds like fun. But anyway, he looked back at her. He goes, He said, "Do you drink?" She said, "Like a fish. I'll drink any member of your club under the table." He says, "Okay, really, all right. Do you smoke?" She said, "I sure do. I smoke like a chimney. 3 packs of cigarettes a day, usually 2 or 3 joints, and I'll smoke 2 or 3 cigars at night while I'm shooting pool down at the pool hall." Really? Hmm. You ever been picked up by the fuzz? And she looked at him for a second. She goes, "No, but I've been swung around by my nipples a couple times and I really liked it." I had to almost draw a picture for my wife so she'd get that joke. Have you ever been picked up by the fuzz? No, but I've been swung around by my nipples a couple times. I remember when Mom was getting cremated. Funeral home director asked me if I wanted her teeth. I blew up. Oh, I don't want her teeth. What do I look like? And dang. They ask us something like that, I just tell them, nah, they're already in the bathroom in the sink where she left them the night before. Morning, Drager. Good to see you. Hope you're doing well. Well, they've been hotter, but it's all right. Cold here this morning, y'all. Like I said at the beginning of the stream, when I got up this morning just before 4 o'clock, it was 23 degrees. We, uh, we've lost another degree since the beginning of the stream. It's now 12 degrees. Needless to say, we have two outside adopted kitties that, for the foreseeable future, are going to be inside kitties because even when they get past us to run out and run back outside, stand there for 30 seconds and open the door back up, and they're standing there at the door like, let us in, let us in, oh God, let us in. It was 19 in New Mexico yesterday. Mm-mm-mm. 19 in New Mexico. And that's where people go in the wintertime to get away from the cold. Somebody needs to give Mother Nature a little love. Maybe she'll straighten things back out for us. All right, Jim. Turkey turk turk. What the hell was that? Turkey turk turk. Oh my goodness, 34 in New Jersey, 24 in Illinois, 22 in Ohio, 19 yesterday in New Mexico. My God. I've not been to New Mexico in a long time. I gotta get back down that way sometime. Oh, goodness gracious. After the last few days and how little bit of sleep I've got, I thought, I honestly, for about 2.27 seconds, thought about not doing the stream this morning. And I thought, something? I'm going to. I'm going to. There's no reason not to. We got that big stream tonight with Tildor Hobblesquatch, and why not do one this morning? I'm in here working on next Tuesday's video. Got a good one coming up on Sunday, y'all. Hope you guys liked the one yesterday. The one coming up on Sunday is called Freedom, the True Life and Death of William Wallace. Nobody realizes that at the time of his death, he had the most horrific execution ever seen in the history of Europe. What was done to him for his execution and punishment had never been done to anybody else. And since his execution and his punishment has never been done to anybody else. The last time I was in New Mexico was 68 or 69. I always wanted to go to Albuquerque. Always wanted to go to Albuquerque. Of course, I have my specific reasons. I want to go to Albuquerque and then go someplace else and, just kind of stand on a street corner somewhere and say, gee, maybe I should have taken that left turn at Albuquerque. Come on, guys. You knew where I was going with that. The old Bugs Bunny joke. Had the hottest chili I've ever seen in my life to this day. In Albuquerque or in New Mexico? The hottest chili I ever seen was made down there in Texas. I'm getting rid of this sweater. It's starting to get warm in here. The hottest chili I ever had was down there in Texas. And a feller down there, instead of just taking the ghost pepper and putting it on a string or whatever and letting it soak in the chili, he chopped them up and put them in the chili. Several of them. You literally had to take a bowl of chili and put a heaping tablespoon of sour cream in it and stir it in really good just to be able to eat that stuff. And even then, it burnt your tongue, it burnt your throat, it burned everything. And now I'm back. Sorry about that, y'all. Once again, with the way they have our internet lines hung up on the power poles, um, when the temperature starts to get cold, we start to get a breeze. Um, and a lot of people don't realize this, but they have these steel rings that interlock, and that's what your Wi-Fi cable sits on when they run on the power poles. Well, as you start to get an ice buildup, it spreads them apart, and they roll, and that's why you get spotty reception. The same with the wind. It'll sit there and it'll do this, and it keeps breaking the connection. That's why we have spotty, crappy Wi-Fi here. But I'm here still. Thank God. I appreciate that, Jan. Thank you so much for everything you do to help out. Thank you all for everything you do to help out. Our biggest fear, our biggest fear is the house, the stuff that Grandma covered. You know, the stuff that was automatically taken out every month. Um, that's our biggest fear. You know, we want to keep Grandpa's house, their house, and I want to. I know from talking to the kids and talking to Grandma before the stroke, everything that Grandpa wanted to do to this place, and we are going to do everything in our power to make this place exactly like they wanted it to be. Um, all the paint that they wanted the rooms done in, because it came the factory colors. Just about everything here is yellow. One bathroom is baby blue. The kitchen is yellow. The living room is yellow. Our bedroom is yellow. Our bathroom is yellow. This room is yellow. My daughter's room is yellow. So, you know, Grandpa went out and bought paint. It's probably no good anymore, to be honest with you. But there's like 8 cans of paint sitting in our closet right now in our bedroom. And, you know, as soon as we can, we're going to start working in here. My wife was making plans with her friend um, last night to start painting the rooms, you know, and getting things like they wanted it. So that's our biggest fear, is keeping a hold of the house and being able to pay the utilities and stuff like that. And till we can figure something out. In case you guys haven't seen, we went up 5 more family members this week. We're up at 771 now. We are 229 away from that 1,000 point. We all know it's downhill after that. Once, for some reason, once your channel hits like 1,000 subscribers, everybody starts coming in, knocking on your door. So that close. I consider 229 that close. It takes time to sort out the legalities of the situation. Donations greatly appreciated. Will help more. Oh shit, yeah, save our butts. That's for sure. Oh, let me see here. What else? What else? What else? Everybody pretty much knows the week we've had. Um, of course, like I said, you know, we have a great guest tonight. Our first non-human guest. Um, you can check him out on his channel, The Life of Hobble Squatch, right here on YouTube. Um, Tildor he's funny. He is straight up humorous. And you guys think I go through a lot sometimes with my green screening, putting on my funny clothes, whatever the case may be. Even just my special effects that I put in some of the videos. Every time this guy um, does a video, he goes through probably an hour or 2 hours of makeup. Um, really? That was weird. I cleaned up and reorganized in here yesterday. Fishing, if he's still here, um, I finally found a place for all those beautiful documents that you sent me um, last year from the trip to Florida. I got copies of the Declaration of Independence, the Bill of Rights, the Emancipation Proclamation, but I have them all hung up over here on the wall. And let me see if I can tilt this a little bit here. Of course, I have my proton pack hung up on the wall now, so it's not sitting here anymore. But I put all those documents over here. And right beside those documents, I hung my my really nice tricorn hat. And it's been hanging up there since yesterday midday. All of a sudden, it just flung off the wall and landed out here at the end of the desk. Now, if it was just hung by the hat itself, I could see falling off the wall. I've actually got a piece of string inside there to hang the hat on the screw. So how that piece of string came off that screw, yeah, I was thinking the same thing, Fish. I was actually thinking the same thing. Um, I was going to give it a few days and give her spirit a chance to. Of course, Steph's off work for bereavement right now until tomorrow. She goes back to work on Sunday, works Sunday and Monday, and then she has her normal 2 days off. Um, but I planned on smudging the whole house on Sunday, and yeah, that was interesting. Oh, but yep, Tildor will be on tonight. Probably only be about an hour long stream tonight. He has got pre-arranged plans um, for 9 o'clock. So he wants to have time, of course, to get himself organized and dressed real nice and stuff like that, um, to go out and do his thing. And so it'll probably be a little short with the guest. I might hang around for a while afterwards, but we are looking into some other guests for this year. Some I may have to make some kind of financial contribution to because they're a little bit bigger people. Um, we'll just have to wait and see. We'll have to wait and see. A few more folks from the big screen. Um, I don't want to go into a lot of detail yet. I don't want to get anybody's hopes up. One of them was in, gosh, Last of the Mohicans, Geronimo, Broken Chain, things like that. Good morning, Blaine. Hope you're doing well this morning, bud. But one other thing I want to do this year, I've not got the chance to do yet, is I want to start bringing more of you up. Talking about your channels, talking about your interests, talking about your investigations, talking about your videos, whatever, whatever. Now, the video I am currently working on for Tuesday, that's going to be an interesting video. I found five, I know what y'all are going to say, I found five documented historic cases of vampires in history. Now, understand, all of these documented cases are pre Bram Stoker's Dracula. So I couldn't pass it up. It was very interesting. I've sat and watched a couple times and thought, I could see where people would think that was a vampire. So it'll be very interesting. Be looking for that one on Tuesday. Again on Sunday, um, we are looking at Freedom, the true life and death of William Wallace. Like I said earlier, he is the only person in all of history who ever had that extensive of a punishment and execution, because they wanted to make sure he didn't come back. They quite honestly wanted to make a point by his execution, and all they did was made him a martyr. Because it wasn't very long after his execution that all the clans banded back together and fought the Battle of Bannockburn and whooped the crap out of the English army. So that's going to be a real good one. I think I might have closed that window a little too far. Now it's starting to get warm in here. Hold on. I'm going to open that window a little bit. I mean, come on. It's 12 degrees. What could happen? Welcome back, Santee. Welcome back. Jay will be listening. He got a rough day ahead. Every day is rough. Speaking of Jay, did y'all hear about that FedEx worker that was beaten so severely by the police? He wound up passing away in the hospital when the when their body cam footage and the footage taken by passerbyers made it to the commanding officer, they were all instantly fired and jailed because of what they done to that delivery driver on his way home from work. It gets pretty bad when delivery drivers don't only have to worry about psycho customers, but they got to worry about the police too. Good morning, Squatch. Hope you're doing good tonight. Today, tonight. I don't know, Jan, what the exacts are in that case, but normally in a situation like this, you would think it was because he was the wrong caller in the wrong neighborhood. But since all 5 officers were the same color, now you got to wonder. Yes, definitely, Squatch. Get some coffee. Good morning, Kyle. Good to see you. Hope you're doing good today. Believe you me, I've been swilling the coffee this morning. I'm actually really kind of sad too because it was the last of my Black Rifle coffee. It's the last of my coffee period. I have no coffee left. Anything in this can? Nope. Well, poopy crap. No coffee. That was the last of my coffee period. Coffee sounds good. They are on high alert in that city, thinking it's going. Oh yeah, people are pissed, man. People are pissed. I mean, here is a known delivery driver driving home, gets stopped, is tased and beaten so severely he winds up dying in the hospital. Now, what was the reasoning? Did they not like his hair? Was his radio playing a little loud? What the hell? What the hell? I'm on my way to 500. Cool, man. Awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Yeah, I don't mind Black Rifle. This stuff that Jan and Jay picked me up. Wait a second. Have a great day. Keep smiling. You too, Blaine. Take care, bud. Have a good day. Stay warm. Colder than a well digger's ass in cast iron underwear out there right now. You stay warm. Take care of yourself. Um, yeah, the one that they picked up in Tennessee is a Black Rifle Beyond Black. And it's not a bad it's not a bad coffee at all. Hey Dev, good to see you. Hope you're doing well, bud. Using 8-track player. Something. Something. They sell it at Wally World now, kind of pricey. Everything at Wally World's gotten kind of pricey here lately. Use your imagination, Jan. Just use your imagination. I trust you. But I've tried to find more Arbuckles, and we do not have Arbuckle coffee at our Walmart. You can order it online, but they do not have it here. It's like, come on, folks, give me a little variety once in a while. That way, I don't got to go out and buy the $5.99 can of coffee. You know, the white label. Give me something with a little flavor, something that don't take 8 scoops of coffee to make 1 pot of coffee to be able to taste it. What do people expect city to do about it beyond what the law allows? You want the same one? Up to my eyeballs in snow. We're not quite that bad, Deb. We're supposed to get some more snow today. Actually, it's supposed to snow today, tomorrow, and Sunday. Um, we've got probably 5 inches of snow out there right now. We didn't get near the dump that they said we were going to get. They actually put a winter weather advisory in effect last night for lake effect snow. Didn't get a drop. Didn't get one flake. We're actually considering ourselves quite lucky because 9 times out of 10 when they say 5 inches of snow followed by lake effect snow, you're going to get at least 5, 7, even up to 10 inches of lake effect, and we didn't get a flake. So Wally Road gets rid of things if they don't have high turnovers, and it gets rid of things. Yeah. Yep. Same here today. We can. I have to try Wally World here. Gurgle, 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 gurgle. I'm trying to savor it, but dad burn it, it's so good, it's hard to make it last. It really honestly is. And well, needless to say, the wife has got 3 bags out in the cabinet out there. But I don't want to ruin my coffee pot by making espresso in it. I'm not in the mood for espresso. Okie doke, Jan. Thank you for making sure that I have coffee. Filed my taxes last night, getting a lot less than we hoped for. Isn't that how taxes normally works? I mean, I've not worked in, a few years, but isn't that how taxes normally works is you file for taxes and get back a lot less than you hope for? It's the way it always worked for me. Then again, I'm a fond believer too that there needs to be some kind of regulatory something with the IRS and taxes because we have never got a child tax credit. We have got um, we've got a 14-year-old daughter, and we have never got a child tax credit because they base that on your income. And they say for the lower um, areas that you can live in, she makes enough money and don't need it. Sadly enough, our entire town being a tourist community, almost every spot of land, regardless of whether it is right on the lake or a mile from the lake, it's considered lakefront property, which is why the mortgage on this house is almost $700 a month. But if you lived in some place like Huntington, Indiana, or Kokomo, Indiana, that are not considered a tourist community, Marion, Indiana, um, you'd be paying $400 a month for this place. But they owned the property before it became a tourist community. So they put it here. Hey, Robert. Thank you, brother. I appreciate it. It's been a rough few days. We're making it one baby step at a time. Um, the house just seems so empty. And that's the hardest thing is the house just seems so empty. Her laughter's not here. She's not here. It's just weird. That's a good idea. I do my taxes. They reassess it and end up with different amounts. Isn't that funny how that works? However, because we made 125K last year, we had to pay taxes on disability this year. Yeah, it'll take a while to readjust. It'll take a while, but we'll do it. We'll make it. Now, see, Dev, you and Rusty, I don't know how you guys do it. I really honestly don't. I mean, I think about my kids, my boys, at 30 and 31 now. And I look at my wife's son at 25, and I look at Ashlyn at 14, and I don't see how it's physically possible to go on when you've lost a child. I really honestly don't. I don't think I would have that strength. I don't. I admire you and Rusty for your strength because I don't think I'm that strong. I really honestly don't. Um, Thank you, Freedom. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. Thank you, Terry. Thank you. It means a lot, guys. And that's one of the reasons that this channel and each one of you are so important to me because we all share in each other's pain, we all share in each other's successes, everything. And it the outpouring of condolences and prayers when I made the announcement Wednesday was absolutely incredible. Steph and I were both blown away at how quickly everybody jumped on that with the love and the support and everything. It meant so much to us, and that really helped us to get through um, so much easier. On the text thing, I asked the missus if she could drop another kid right. There you go, Dev. I like that idea. Get a goat. If they ask, do you have a kid? You can say, yes, I do. His name's Billy. Billy G. York. Billy Goat York. Considering a couple goats for the cabin. That'd be kind of cool. Wouldn't have to worry about ever mowing. Just set your billy goats loose and let them go out and mow for you. I fear the dogs would kill them. Huh. Never thought about the dogs. Good point. Hmm. Weird. What kind of strange creature is that in my front yard? I think I'll go eat it. It looks like it has meat. I know they'll kill chickens, turkeys, and hogs. Those some nice dogs of yours are killing hogs. Tax man, all fat. There you go. Hey, Masha. Good to see you, dear. Hope you're doing well today. Believe it or not, y'all, we are down to almost a half hour already. 25 minutes after 9. Time flies when you're having fun. Oh, they are mainly used for hog hunting. Now, I did not know that. Wow. I say I knew that they were big, very, very strong dogs, but I'm really surprised as much hog activity as we had down where I lived in Texas, that more of the guys didn't have them down there to help hunting hogs, because they would go hog hunting all the time down there, because you would get like large packs of those of wild hog that moved through even into the housing developments down there in that area. We had gone out behind my friend's home several times, not more than 20 yards out in the woods, and you could see where, you know, a dozen wild hog had been during the night. And I don't think anybody ever had a Catahoula down there to help them hunt those hogs. We had turkeys when I was a kid. They laid eggs too. Turkey eggs make great fried egg sandwich. Ooh, that sounds so good. A fried egg sandwich. That sounds good. Not at egg prices today, though. Phew, that does not sound good. Be the most expensive sandwich I ever ate. Most don't want to deal with how Cahoots work. It takes a few dogs to work. Oh, yeah, I'm not much on a, I don't know if you, I don't know what egg prices are where you guys live at, but I used to pay $2.99 for 2.5 dozen eggs. Now it's $15 for 2.5 dozen eggs. A dozen eggs, um, right about $4 a dozen. We were paying 99 cents a dozen for eggs. 7 bucks a dozen down in Georgia. Jan saw eggs at the grocery store this morning, 7.69. $4 for 18 where Robert's at. Look up Catahoula's herding cattle. All right, I'll do that. 12 eggs, $3. Now, did you guys hear about the Mexican border? That blew me away. I guess Border Patrol said they have been intercepting thousands of dozens of eggs at the Mexican border, but because they don't pasteurize their eggs down there, they're destroying the eggs. They're destroying them. They have a different process down there than we do here of their eggs. And they're shipping them into the country to sell them. And I guess they have been destroying dozens, thousands of dozens of eggs that people are trying to smuggle into the U.S. to sell. It's no wonder that the drug cartels have gone under. Now they're egg cartels. They're trying to ship illegal eggs into the country to make money because they can make more money than they can off the drugs. That's methed up. Exactly. That's exactly. That's real close. That's real close to what I said to the wife yesterday when I seen the news on that. I told her, "Isn't that one of the most cracked up things you ever heard in your life? They ain't destroying them eggs. They're taking them damn things home and they're frying them up and cooking them and stuff." Look for local farmers. Ours are 5. Change dozen. And $3 a dozen for mine. Hens are going 25 a piece. My God. Do you know, Masha, that if you take an egg and you coat it in oil, it don't have to be refrigerated. You can leave them sitting on your counter. Just another point of absurd government involving themselves in shit they need not. Yep. I got you right there, bud. Well, my friend, my condolences. Thank you, Templar. I appreciate it, bud. I appreciate it. Yep. American greed. American greed. You got it. If you get fresh eggs, you don't have to refrigerate them. If the eggs are washed, the oil will not work. Oh, really? Now, I did not. I've never heard that before. That's interesting. I've never heard that oil don't work if the eggs have been washed. Interesting. You learn something new every day. You You learn something new every day. Man, it's starting to get warm in here now. Oh, we're up to 14 degrees. That's why. Heat wave. Huh, 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 huh. How about that? -4 up there where you're at, Masha. Yeah, we're supposed to be getting the temperatures that you guys had um, last week. Um, it's starting to wiggle its way down into the upper Great Plains and over here towards the Great Lakes now. Um, so we'll see. I know that it was 23 degrees when I got up this morning, right before 4 a.m. When I started the stream, it was 13 degrees. We made it down to 12, and we're up to 14 now. So we'll see. Been involved a couple of years, food preservation education. Very cool. Coffee achieved. All right. Squatch has said everybody's safe. You do not want an angry squatch with no caffeine. That could be dangerous. It's sad, but America needs a market crash. America needs something. I got plenty of firepower. Government pumping billions to other countries. And meanwhile, families are struggling and trying to survive right here and finding it damn near impossible to do without help. Hernia surgery Wednesday, and I'm taking it easy, lying on the couch and resting a lot. Good. That's what you need to do. Get yourself back in shape. Take it as easy as possible. Do not overdo yourself, my friend. Hey, I found a Bigfoot sighting for a local, so I stole the sound and put it on me. Have reduced racks here in the grocery store. Epic. Carrots, onions, green peppers, so cheap. 5 big green peppers, $2. Dang, that's good. That's better than it is here. That's for sure. We pay almost twice. Well, yeah, almost twice that. $3.99 for three um, large green peppers. Now, if you get the mixed collars, the yellow, orange, red, then it's like you get $2.50 for three of them. But green peppers is like $3.99. I made short prayers, well wishes, speedy recovery, Templar. Guess we should eat cake. It's cheaper than bread. Yeah, then all you guys have diabetes too. Let's just change the name of the channel. You know, the beat us ain't gonna beat us. We'll just we'll change the name. Everybody should eat cake. The beat us won't beat us. You and the missus don't like green peppers. See, I don't mind green peppers when the wife is making like her Philly steak and cheese, sloppy joes, or something like that, or when I'm doing stuffed peppers. I love green peppers. Other than that, it don't matter to me. Now, if I'm snacking, if I cut them up, if I slice them up, put them in the fridge, and just snack on them or something, then I like green peppers. But otherwise, cooking, like when we do fajitas and stuff like that, um, I want green. Wilford Brimley could be the mascot or the Beatus cat. Well, I have a Beatus cat. All 16 pounds of Ralphie. Um, he makes a good mascot for a Beatus channel. Drew, if you stop smoking, that would help the finances. That would also be eliminating the only thing I still have left in the world. I don't drink anymore. I ain't got nothing to drink. Can't afford to get me anything to drink. I have sitting in here all day long. Yes, yeah. Um, this thing right here cost me $23 and change. That's 3 packs of my wife's cigarettes. And I could buy 4 boxes of cigars for what grandma paid for 1 carton of cigarettes, and she went through a carton and a half of cigarettes a week. Do the math on that one. I believe the last time I bought her cigarettes, they were almost $94 a carton. $1.56 for 1 bell pepper. Cheaper than take cigars, cheaper cigarettes. It's unlikely, at least in the short term, because there's almost always a pacifier to replace. Yeah, sadly enough, these keep me from sitting around eating all the time. We don't want me to get back up to, 260 pounds or more. They're pretty cheap fish, and they're good cigars. They make multiple kinds of them. I actually sent them an email last year before the old channel got, taken down to try to get sponsorship out of them. I said, watch my videos, watch my live streams. You'll always see me with your cigars. I'm constantly promoting your product on my videos. I'd be more than happy to continue to promote your product. Just send me a box. Just send me a case of cigars every 2 months, and I will be happy mudder fudder. Always buy green peppers, cut them up, throw them in the freezer, use them when needed. Not a bad idea. I had diabetes. Ask why cats with it don't need insulin. I ask if cats make cookies. Oh, but Ralph will eat a cookie. Here, a carton's $32 at the reserve. Not a bad price. Wanting to do the Santa gig. Yeah, but I don't want to get the weight back. I can look bigger than what I am. Don't you worry. Dark Shadows, good to see you. Hope you're doing well this morning. $100 a carton here, 65 in Missouri. Hence another reason to relocate. There you go. Nothing's cheap here. I think it was 15 years ago. They really started taxing the bejesus out of cigarettes here. I was living in Indiana at the time, came up here to do a history event, and we were warned, buy your cigarettes in Indiana before you cross the line. And we did, and got up here. And a couple of the guys went to the gas station to get cigarettes on Sunday because they had ran out. And they said there was no way they were going to make the 30-minute drive back to Indiana and pay $3 less a pack of cigarettes and then come back up here and finish out their day. They wound up having one person go back into Indiana just over the state line and bought like 20 packs of cigarettes for different people. Now, I've just recently I got away from the Fago stuff. I started drinking dark soda again. Now, a lot of you guys, a lot of you older folks might remember Diet Right. Diet Right is now a 7 Up product. It's like $1.59 a 2 liter. So it's actually cheaper than the Fago stuff. That that diet stuff I was drinking. Should have buy several cartons and return from the cabin. Jan, it's cheaper than here. I've quit, but last I heard a carton on name brand was around 120, $150 a carton. My God. I pay $30 a carton for Playfairs at the reserve here in Ontario. Now we don't even have Playfairs here. 2 liters here, $3. Now see, on average, that's what ours are down here for the brand name stuff. But Fago, 7 Up products, stuff like that, you can usually get it a bit cheaper. Now see, I used to drink a lot of water, but when they redone all of our water lines and stuff here last year, for some reason, and no one can explain it, our tap water, which I used to take gallon jugs, I'd clean them out, fill them up with tap water, stick them in the freezer, and then I'd move them down to the fridge once they got like really, really cold. Now, regardless of what you do, all the tap water tastes like fluoride. You might as well just you might as well put Colgate in your hand and lick it off. That's how strong the fluoride is in our water here now. Nobody can drink it. Nobody can drink it. Um, $32 here. Barley pop. I drink water, body armor, gin, and bourbon. I've never been a body armor fan, but since the Ghost energy drinks came out, um, when I can catch those now, I'll drink them. They're like 250 a piece, and there's several different flavors, and um, they're actually pretty healthy. There's no carbs, no sugar. Um, it's got all the branched chain amino acids and things like that in it. Um, but here lately, it's been cheap soda, and cheap cigars, and now it's going to be even worse. So fluoride is a mind control chemical. Yep. I never buy there. I buy always at the reserve. I don't blame you. I don't blame you. The First Nations people are sell the cigars on the reserve, or sell the cigarettes on the reserve, and make the money for the reserve. Oh, I know you're not, Tony. I know you're not. All those chemicals and stuff that they put into, our food and our drinking water and stuff like that now, it serves a purpose, and it's usually not as kindly of a purpose, um, as a lot of people think. Let's see here. Gas cheaper there too. Hey Ian, good to see you, bud. Yeah, we haven't got a lot of snow up here. Excuse me, but we're looking at more over the next 3 days. I just got a weather alert flashing on the bottom of the computer here, and I got hiccups. Damn it! I'll do energy drinks. Too much caffeine. My heart issue. I don't do caffeine drinks. Body armor's hydration and nutrients. I drink Propel water. It's the only kind I found that actually tastes like the flavor it says it does. I've done Propel before. Neither. I drank C4 energy drink this week. Never again. I thought my skeleton was going to jump out of my skin. I drink coffee, iced tea, or pop. I need to start drinking more water. I'm a coffeeholic. Dark Shadows, I'm right there with you, bud. I'm right there with you. I mean, I'm gonna shut this off here and just as soon as the live stream's over and preserve what I got left for tomorrow because that's the end of the coffee. Got to have coffee in the morning when I start. I got to. I'm a grizzle bear if I don't have my coffee in the morning. By now I'm immune to caffeine. So love coffee, but also drink orange juice, apple juice, V8, tomato juice. I love orange juice. I love orange juice, but orange juice will skyrocket your blood sugar. It'll drive your blood sugar right through the roof. The same with apple juice. The natural fructose sugar in it will blow your blood sugar right up. So I have to stay away from orange juice, apple juice, um, tomato juice. I use it for Bloody Marys and chili, and that's about it. When I make Bloody Marys for my wife or her friends, thank God for tomato juice. When I'm making chili, thank God for tomato juice. Not meant to be drank. Hey, Kyle. Thank you, bud. I really appreciate that. I appreciate that. It means a lot. You guys have been instrumental in helping me to move through this. And it means a lot to me. I can do shots of espresso and go eat, sleep my normal 4 hours with no problem. Fresh juice is okay. You have to drink it right away. Bottle or canned juice is too much sugar. Tim Hortons coffee is the best. I've never had Tim Hortons. I heard it's really good. I can't afford it here. We should be getting our elk back this week. I'm gonna make a batch of elk chili. Oh, nice! My God, that sounds good. It's been forever since I've had elk chili. I've made elk chili before. I've made buffalo chili, but our Myers grocery stores used to carry ground buffalo and ground elk. Now it has to be specially ordered. They don't carry it in the coolers anymore. Just those little 1 pound rolls. Um, but yeah, you have to order it now. They don't carry it anymore. Um, Several cups a day. I could drink it before I go to sleep. Still sleep well. We buy Tim Hortons by the tin. Down here. Haven't had Tim's in a long time. Can freeze fresh tomato juice with good results. Never tried that. I got 2 bottles of tomato juice that was given to us the other day. Government commodity pickup. They had a bunch of dented cans of stuff, green beans and tomato juice and things like that. Things they won't eat, so they gave them to us. Here, you eat my garbage. I'm the same. Can drink coffee and still sleep. I am too. We got 2 elk in December. We won't have to buy meat for a while. I'll have to come up where you're at, Robert. I'm gonna have to come up where you. That's something I've always wanted to do. I've always wanted to go on an elk hunt. I've always wanted to go on a bear hunt. So I'm gonna have to. I'm gonna have to find. We'll see what Christmas brings next year. I'm hoping for a decent hunting rifle. We'll just have to wait and see. I could do math and go to sleep. Fish. Oh my God. For a large Tim Hortons coffee at Tim Hortons, it's $2. It's like McDonald's French fries. You're addicted to an addictive to keep you coming back. Good morning, Terry. Good to see you. Hope you're doing well today. The dent in the can don't make the contents garbage. I know. I don't mind a little harder to open with a can opener. But that's why I have a great big knife around here that when the can opener keeps skipping off because of the dent, I just drive the knife down in there and finish cutting it with that. It's one a year, but it's like shooting a Clydesdale. We buy the big tins, but it doesn't taste quite the same as water temperature. Has everything to do with it. $2 for a large. Not sure how many you're permitted to get. I know. I know. I'd kill for some elk. Love me elk. We stopped at one on the highway one time, 250. My God, elk is better than deer. I think it is too, to be honest with you. Um, then again, I've always liked elk and buffalo. I miss going to the event up in northern Indiana, northeastern Indiana, to Wild Winds Buffalo Preserve in February. Um, the old timers that would set up at that history event, when we pulled in on Friday night, they always had um, a big hind quarter or something hanging on the fire, smoking. Had been for hours. So by the time people started coming in, you just walk up with your knife and cut off a big chunk of meat and just chew on it while you're setting your tent up and stuff. Um, I miss that event. Of all the events I've ever done in my life, I think I miss that event the most. I usually hunted with a 30-30 Winchester. Um, SKS. Did black powder before I moved from the mountains. I've always been a black powder fan. I just like black powder. Something about it. Missouri has an elk season that I plan to look into. Very cool. I hunt Waffle House. The elusive waffle. Didn't know there were elk in Missouri. Whitetail's amazing. Haven't ate moose yet, but I hear it's really good. I heard moose was good too. I heard moose was good too. I've never had a chance to eat moose. Always wanted to try it. Love my liver, onions, sauteed mushrooms. You know, I got burnt out on liver and onions when I was little. Mom and Dad used to make it all the time. First couple times I didn't mind it. By the third month, yeah, I wasn't a big fan of it anymore. My sister and I started eating fish sticks. Moose is one in a lifetime here in Idaho. Anything else? Nope. Have to have a fish fry next time I come up. Sounds like a plan, bud. Sounds like a plan. I can go for me some fried fish. I hunt putty tat. Heading out. See you tonight. All right, Jan. We will be here 7 o'clock. Yep, we only got like a minute and a half left, y'all. That last half hour just shot by. My God. All right, fishing. We'll catch you tonight. Tony, have a good day, bud. Take care of yourself. I can eat liver and onions every day. So could my mom and dad, which is why I got burnt out on it. Won't allow it in the house. Don't blame you, brother. Don't blame you one bit. Miss having a snake on the spit. Need to go up north. 6 hour drive. Have a great day. You too, Masha. Have a good day. Get it when we dine out. There you go. There you go. Good seeing you too. But that's it for this morning, y'all. Thanks for hanging out with me. Again, thank you for all the love and support and the condolences and everything these last few days. It really picked us up a lot. But that's it for this morning. Don't forget, 7 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time tonight, we have our first non human guest on the live stream interview. Tildar Hobblesquatch is going to be our guest, and boy, does he have a story to tell. But that's it, y'all. Take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. God bless you. God love you. I do. God love you. I do. And we'll catch you all tonight. Take care. Have a good Friday.